Hello crafty friends, welcome or welcome back. If you are new here, I am Rhiannon, a crocheter from Sydney, Australia, and today we're going to be starting a vlog. So this is my first vlog since Winterfest. I think it's been about 3 weeks now, so I am recovered. I do have a cold, if you can't tell from my voice. It's a little bit more nasally than normal. But yeah, I've just spent the past few weeks catching up on some personal WIPs that I started and then had to like put aside so that I could focus on making stock for Winterfest. I have also done a pattern test, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And also I need to do an order this week. I've had a few orders, so since Winterfest, which has been really nice. But yes, I've got an order to do with you guys. And then also I am finishing off my next pattern and getting it tested this week. So yes, very exciting week. I thought I'd start off with the pattern test, and this one is for Stitches Be Crazy. So I did a pattern test for her, I don't know if it was last year. No, surely it was this year. I think it was this year, for a little dragon, and it had like bows and stuff. It's very cute. She's got like a pattern for, I think it's called Floppy Dragons, and there's a strawberry dragon. There is an ice cream dragon, I think. She created a mod from that pattern to make a Nessie. So it is adorable. It is so cute. Here it is. I made it in the newest Patty plush color. Oh my gosh, I've just put Seahorse. It's called Seahorse. I remembered the color name. But yes, here is the tiny little Nessie. You can see it's got the little cute flippers, fin things. No, not fins. What are these called? Leggy things. And then it's got these adorable little ears, and yeah, super cute. So that mod should be coming out soon, I'm assuming. I'm not sure if it's free or anything, but I'll include if it is released. Well, I'll include when it's released on the screen, and a link to her page so you can go check out her patterns. I have two personal projects to show you. One is I have finished the back of a cardigan. So I can't remember the pattern designer's name. Autumn Olive Crochet. I can remember the pattern designer's name. I have been wanting to make her mushroom cardigan for the longest time. It has like mushrooms, and then like the mushrooms are coming out of the pocket. So I finished the back panel, and of course it is purple because it's my favorite color. I just used the Spotlight 10 ply yarn. So I'm doing it in this color, and then I'm going to do the mushrooms in white. And then I think I'm going to do the sleeves in a lighter color. I'm trying to get through my yarn stash because I don't have any more room for any more yarn. My daughter decided she wanted to come in. So if you hear her in the background, I apologize. But the other WIP that I have been working on is another hexagon cardigan, and it is in this beautiful yarn from Spotlight. It's the Shadow 8 ply. I will put it on the screen. But yeah, I think it's gonna look so cool. I'm planning on doing a hood on this one, and I've made the arms a bit bigger. So it's gonna be, yeah, really, really cool. But I finished one side, and then here is what I have on the other side. I think I've got about 8 more rows to go on this side. So yes, those are my current WIPs. So today I am working on finishing writing my next pattern. It is for my frog. Finally, I am releasing this guy. It has been a few months since I first showed you him and mentioned that I was writing the pattern. But last night I did a poll. Sorry, there's a few fluffies on him. I'm just picking those off. For a name for him, and I think the options were Freddie, Ribbit, Florence, and Nigel. And so far, Nigel is definitely in the lead. So I can see where you guys are coming from. I think he totally does give off Nigel vibes, though also Florence. I don't know. I think all those names were pretty good, but I think we are going to be naming him Nigel, to be announced whether whether that's his name. But yes, so I'm going to be working on that in Canva, and I'm hopefully doing a testers call tomorrow. For now, I'm going to go and finish writing up the pattern. I'm probably going to go sit in my lounge room so my daughter can have a play out there and I am there, because at the moment she is very clingy. You can probably hear her in the background right now. But yes, and also I'm planning on making him this week in a few different yarns, hopefully. I would love to make him in blanket yarn, and maybe I'll do like an acrylic too, so you can see what he looks like in a smaller sized yarn. And then I'd love to make like a rainbow of him. So yes, we're going to be making a lot of frogs this week. Hello friends, so I just finished off writing up the pattern and I've taken all the photos and everything. So I just need to put those photos in, and then the pattern should be ready for testing, which is so exciting. So I am going to do a testers call tomorrow, which will be the 23rd of July. And I also made another frog whilst I was going through the pattern, because I needed to take photos of the steps and everything. So it's about 1 o'clock here, and I have about 2 more hours until I need to go pick up my kids from daycare and school and all that jazz. So I think now I'm just going to put those photos into the document and then get the post ready for tomorrow for the testers call. And then I will probably make some more frogs in different colors tonight. So this is it for me today, and I will see you tomorrow. Hello friends, it is Thursday the 24th of July. So I didn't record anything yesterday because I was quite sick and losing my voice, but I did put up the testers call, and I've actually had the most amount of people apply for this pattern then out of like all of the patterns which I've released so far, which is only 3, but still I think we're over 30 people who have applied now. So, and I'm only going to be choosing 8 people, which is so hard because most of the people who applied are also people who I have developed friendships with. So it's really hard to choose just 8 people, but that's okay. I will do that, and I will probably do like a pattern giveaway for the people who applied to be testers. So yes, just like an insight into what it's like as a pattern designer. It is so hard to choose testers, because I don't want to upset anyone. I don't want anyone to think they haven't been chosen because they're not good enough, because literally everyone who has applied is a perfect candidate for testing my Nigel the Frog pattern. But anyways, I will be writing more patterns in the future, and I will make sure to like change it up so different people get to the opportunity to test one of my patterns. And I'm also just really grateful for anyone who tests my patterns, because it is their time and resources that they're using, and yeah, I really appreciate that. But anyways, I am working on making a rainbow of Nigel the Frogs. So I'm making it in Patty's plush, and so far I need to do the embroidery details, but I have made a red one and a yellow one which I need to finish off. But funny story, I don't know if my tension was just like slightly looser on the day that I made this guy. Was that Monday? Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. But look how different size they are. And also I was using the same hook and the same yarn. So I'm going to make a new green frog for this, for making a rainbow of Nigel's. But yes, I think they look so cute, and I love all the different colors in them. I love green for frogs, but also they look really cute in different colors. So I've got red, yellow, obviously I'm going to be doing green. Then I have a orange, which is out there, And then I'm going to do a blue and a purple one. So yes, I'm going to continue working on that today. I am also very, very close to finishing off the second side of the hexagon granny stitch cardigan that I showed you earlier. So I'm a little bit obsessed with doing that. And I'm waiting until probably the weekend to do the custom order just to make sure that I am well, and I don't like to crochet things for other people when I am sick. So yes, gonna do that. I'm hoping tomorrow or Saturday I'll be able to do that. But yeah, for today, I'm going to continue making more frogs in a rainbow of colors. And I will get back to you probably tomorrow with them hopefully all finished. We'll see how we go. Also, before I finish today's update, I am planning on doing a blanket yarn version of Nigel. And the two yarns that I have, because I don't want to go out and buy more yarn, even though of course I want to go out and buy more yarn, but I want to use the yarn that I already have. So we have this option, which would make a super funky multicolored frog. Or I have this blanket yarn from Kmart. I do love this yarn, but I just feel like it's maybe a little bit boring. But this one's really fun. So I need to decide which color to go with. I'll probably do a poll on my Instagram stories and get back to you with what everyone decides for me. But yes, so gonna make a blanket yarn version of Nigel, and I will probably do that on the weekend. So I will see you tomorrow for tomorrow's update. Hello friends, it is Monday the 28th of July. It has been a few days since I last recorded. I did intend on recording most of the days last week, but that's okay. I'm probably going to continue recording for today and tomorrow, and then Wednesday I'll edit, and then on Thursday I will be posting the video. But I thought I would show you everything that I have made since I last recorded. Firstly, I made the little mushroom guy that I had a custom order for. So I'm going to pack and ship that hopefully today. And then I made a whole bunch of frogs. So I believe when I last filmed, I was talking about making Nigel the Frog in a bunch of different colors. So I thought I would show you them all now. So we have a red Nigel, an orange. I'll see if I can hold them up like this. Hang on, I'll tilt the camera a little. We have yellow. Then we have purple and blue, and I'm going to make a green one, but I'm going to tell you what I plan on doing first with that green one. So hopefully, I haven't done this style of filming yet for YouTube, so fingers crossed it goes well. So my plan with the green frog is to make a bit of like a YouTube video to go with the pattern. So this won't be like accessible to everyone. It will just be accessible to people who buy the pattern. And in the video, I'm planning on filming the slightly more difficult steps in the pattern. So if like a real beginner buys my pattern, they have like a visual guide. So it's not going to film the whole making of the frog, but it will film things like where to place the next stitch for the arms, and also like where to start with the mouth, and making sure they understand like front loop and back loop. So I just thought that would be helpful. My friends Lucy and Mel actually suggested that to me. So yes, that is something I need to do this week. I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't filmed that kind of content where I am doing essentially like tutorial. But I do have a special stand, and I've got to set up a nice spot for it, and fingers crossed it all goes well. So yes, I'll keep you updated on that. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is Nigel again. So I put up a post asking people to tell me which blanket yarn to use for making like a larger Nigel, and I had two yarns. One was like a sage green yarn from Kmart, and the other one was a green, blue and white blanket yarn from Spotlight, which I think they've sold out of course. I don't know if they're bringing it back. Fingers crossed they do bring it back. It's really annoying how Spotlight brings out these yarns that actually are pretty good, and then they're like, oh, they're gone now. Very annoying. But anyways, I thought I would show you the frogs now. The post was quite indecisive on whether to make the solid sage green frog or the multicolored frog. So I was like, I'll just make both. So I'm going to show them to you now. So we have the sage green one. Look how big he is. He's so cute. I'll grab one of the other frogs just to show you like a side-by-side comparison. I wasn't sure if I'd like this sage green color because it's not really giving frog vibes. It's giving more like toad vibes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yes. But actually, I really love him. I think he is so cute. And then for the multicolored one, I actually used these gorgeous safety eyes with glitter in the background. And here he is. I think this is my favorite frog that I have made out of all of the frogs so far. I love the multicolored. I think the colors turned out really well. It didn't pull too weirdly, and I think it just looks really cool. But yes, here is the second blanket yarn frog. And yeah, I love him in all of the sizes. I am planning on making another Nigel the Frog out of like a cotton or a like a smaller weight yarn, just so people who don't use blanket or chenille yarns can see what it's like in that size yarn. So it's going to be a really small guy. I just popped all of the Nigel the Frogs back here. It is so funny seeing all these frogs sitting in my craft room. But yes, so an update on how the pattern is going. So the testers are doing an amazing job, and I think almost everyone has made a Nigel the Frog. So yeah, just waiting on a few more people to give me some feedback, and then also the photos so I can put them in the pattern appreciation section and then do an appreciation post for all of the amazing testers. So yes, and testing ends this Thursday when this video is actually coming out. So fingers crossed the pattern comes out on Friday. I will update you on that over the next day or so. But yes, pattern should be coming out on Friday, which I'm so excited about. I thought I would also share with you some garments that I am crocheting at the moment. So first of all, the granny stitch cardigan that I was working on, I just decided I wasn't vibing it. The color yarn was lovely, but I think it just wasn't working for a hexagon cardigan. So I decided I will frog that eventually and maybe turn it into like a cute jumper or something. But yeah, I just was like, I'm not going to wear this. And yes, but anyways, so I started this little jumper in June, I think. And then I had the big Winterfest markets and I had to put it aside. I was planning on making it for my daughter's 5th birthday, which was the 1st of July, but I didn't get around to finishing it. So I am working on it at the moment. It's just in this multicolored acrylic yarn from Spotlight. I think it's like an 8-ply, but I think it is looking so cool. And the pattern is by MJ's Off the Hook. And of course it'll have sleeves and cuffs, and it'll have a like a ribbing waistband along the bottom. So hopefully I can get that finished in the next week or so. And then another item that I started, I have this problem at the moment where I keep on starting things and getting a decent way through, and then I'm like, I'm going to start another thing. And I'm sure like so many of you will relate to this, but I've also got over there the mushroom cardigan that I haven't done any more on. You know, I showed the back panel of it earlier in this video, and then I've got yarn over there to make my husband a cardigan. And look, there's just so many whips happening over here, but I'm I'm trying to get through them because it's stressing me out a little bit. But anyways, I started another whip, and this one is in this gorgeous rainbow yarn. It is Bango's Blend from Patty and Bango's Place. And I've had 6 balls of this for ages, and I've been wanting to make something out of it. And I was like, I need to do that. I was just inspired the other night. So I'm making, I can't remember what the pattern design is called, so I will pop it on the screen. But it's this, I'm making like a kind of like loose fitted over top thing. And it's using treble crochets, and I'll show you what I've done so far. So it is going to be quite loose on me, so I'll wear like a singlet or something underneath. But this is what I've got so far. So this is a sleeve, and then this is like goes across my shoulders, and then I'll make it longer. So the way it works is like you work up these sections, the front and the back top panel, and then you make the sleeves, and then you make the rest of the top. So it will be longer. I'm worried it's going to be maybe a little bit too big, but also that's okay. I don't mind it being a bit loose. I think it'll look cool. Anyways, oh my gosh, I've had it upside down this whole time. I was like really confused about why it wasn't sitting right. So you can see this is where my head goes. And then this is the arm on this side. So I should be finished that this week, which is exciting. I love that kind of project because it's nice and quick, because it's like treble crochet, so it's quite holy, but it's nice and quick to make. So that is everything that I have been crocheting lately. For now, I'm going to pack up this item so that I can drop it off at the post box this afternoon when I go and pick up my son from school. And I thought I would show you what how I pack my orders. I don't get like a huge amount of orders, but I'm super grateful when I do get an order. And I like to add a little bit of cuteness into the box, and yes, I thought I would show you what how I pack my orders. Okay, so I just grabbed everything that I need to pack this order. I have popped the mushroom in a box and put some tissue paper around it just to make sure it's nice and protected. Then I have a thank you card. Here is my thank you card. It says on the front, "Thank you for helping my business grow," and it's got this groovy daisy on the back and on the side. And then on the back, I have a space to write. So it says thank you, and I pop their name in, and I write a little message, and it has my social media and everything. I actually got the template for this off Etsy, and then it downloads into Canva so I can edit it. Let me know in the comments if you want to know where I got the template from. They have like hundreds of different templates, so you could get one if you have a small business too. And then I also include some stickers. So because it is a mushroom, I thought I would include this adorable little mushroom guy. And then I also have this sticker, which I believe is a goose or a duck in a frog outfit. I almost forgot to include the care instructions. So I have this little card and it has the care instructions on it. I'm going to cut off the bottom section because it doesn't have safety eyes, so the warning isn't necessary, but it just has some instructions on how to care for your crochet plushie. So I have closed off the box and put a cute little sticker on it, and I've also got the care instructions and the thank you card and the stickers in this little envelope. And then I am going to pop them in this mailer just to make sure it's protected from rain or anything. It is all packaged up now, and I'm going to print off the label. I don't have one of those fancy label printers yet. I mean, if somebody wants to sponsor me and send me one, I would love that. But I just print off the postage labels with my printer at home, and then I put some tape over it. So yes, not as fancy, but still does the job. So thank you to Diana, if you are watching this, for ordering the mushroom from me, and I will be posting that this afternoon. Once that is all finished, I'm going to go and crochet more on the jumper and the top that I showed you just before. And then I think tomorrow is going to be the day where I'm going to film or attempt to film the YouTube video to go with my pattern. So that, again, that's going to be like a private video that will be with the pattern when someone purchases it. Because one of my daughters is at daycare, so it's a little bit more chill on Tuesdays for me. It means I can get a little bit more done. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Hello friends, it is Thursday the 29th of July. So I just finished recording the videos that are going to go with my pattern. So I ended up doing individual videos for each section of the body that I wanted to create an additional video for, just for a little bit of extra support for people who are beginners. So I'm super proud of myself for doing that. That is my first time I've ever recorded a video tutorial for YouTube, and I was a bit nervous. I was thinking about it last night. In the middle of the night, my brain was going like over what I should be saying and everything. So I'm really excited that I got that done. I managed to record a video showing how to do bobble stitch, also how to create the arms of Nigel the Frog, and also invisible decrease. And as well as that, I also created 2 videos showing people where to place the stitches for the round that is after the arms. Sometimes it can be a bit difficult to know where to place the stitches, so I thought that would be helpful for beginners. And this is the guide that I made on the video. So yes, super happy that is done. And all of the frogs that I wanted to get made for the rainbow frogs is done. I'm going to show you that in a second. But before I do that, I thought I would show you my nails. I painted them today and I was like, I've got to go green because it is Frog Week. And here they are. Don't they look so pretty? I painted them myself, so they're not like amazing, but I like to paint my nails sometimes. And it's actually like the same color as this Nigel the Frog, which I thought was so funny. Yes, I'm going to show you our rainbow of Nigel the Frogs now. Aren't they cute? Don't they look so good in all of the different colors? Often people just make frogs out of green, but I mean, I love them in all the different colors. So we've got the yellow, I'm going to show you them again, and the red. I think the red might be my favorite. Which is funny because I've got a purple frog here, and we all know that purple is my favorite color. We've got orange and green, which I showed you just before. He's the guy that I finished today. And then we have light blue and purple. So the pattern is still being tested. I am so grateful to all of my testers. They have done an incredible job. Most of them have made more than one frog, which is amazing. I totally don't expect people to make more than one of the pattern, but very, very grateful, and I am very excited to release this pattern. So this pattern will be coming out on Saturday the 2nd of August, so Saturday this weekend. And I'm very excited, so make sure to set an alarm or anything if you're planning on buying that pattern, and I will have more information coming out on my Instagram, so you can go follow me there if you are wanting to keep updated with that. I thought I'd also share an update on the rainbow top, mesh top, I guess you could call it, that I showed you earlier in the video. So I have finished one arm, and I tried it on the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. So I am currently working on the second arm, and then I'll do the body. So I won't be finishing it in this vlog, but I should be finishing it in the next vlog that I do. So I'm going to end the vlog here. We've had a fun week filled with frogs, and just a reminder again, the pattern for Nigel the Frog will be releasing on the 2nd of August. I'm also planning on putting some frogs in my Etsy store if you would like to purchase a Nigel the Frog. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like. And if you are not already following, maybe consider following so you can see more content from me in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Nigel says bye. See you later.